Hey, James. Okay, guys, this is me, Trickett. Hey, everyone. Hope everybody's doing great. As you can see, James is back with us, and he looks amazing. He's on this part of his story right now. He's gonna tell you guys how he overcame, what he's overcame, how he's gotten to where he is right now, how he deals with his issues and his challenges that you know that hits him on a day-to-day basis, and let's just find out how he's gotten where he is. When we first seen James, if you guys remember, he was telling us a story about his illnesses, his church experience. He was anger issues and other things that he had, but we say had because those are past tense, because he doesn't have them no more, have them anymore. He didn't have a business, and when he first did his first video, if you guys remember, he had just barely started his business, and so here he is with to recap on all of those things that we just spoke about, all of those topics in his life that he's went through. He's going to answer some of those for us, if not all of them. So we'll see if time permits. So James, with that being said, talk to the people and let them know some things.
Okay, people, I will say to you, I got started as I was a young man growing up. I've always wanted to do what I'm doing now, and it's a good experience. So what you have to remain and to remember is, when you do these things, always talk to your higher self, meaning God. So that way you can say, I want a business, or I want to do this type of business. But sit down and program the mind with the type of business that you want and pursue it. That's one of the ways that I started. Because when I started, I was like, that's all I, but you never say I can't, because I can't get you anywhere. Always say I can, I got this, I can do this, and there's no problem. So just continue working at your goals, continue to seek to receive your goals, and just keep the mindset that what you want, and just go forward.
All right. And how did you deal with like your adversities, your problems, your anger issues, things of that nature? How did you overcome that?
I overcame that by getting to a place all to myself and just staying quiet and just listen to the voice of God to help me to get through these anger issues. And now it didn't happen overnight, but it was tough. But that's why that I worked on myself all the time, and I stayed again off to myself to make sure that I was doing the right thing, and that's how I got it worked out.
What type of techniques did you use?
I use the never God techniques. Just using the power of the mind and using the affirmation by speaking what I want to happen, and I spoke it. And now, if you don't believe it, you're wasting time. But when you speak, believe, and I believe, and that's how it happened.
Okay. What did you do in regards to the things you were wrestling with, as far as sicknesses or illnesses and things of that nature? Because I now know that you're walking 3 hours a day, 3 hours a day, and you just barely started this at the age that you are now, walking 3 hours a day, which is 15 miles every single day. I want to ask you, how does a person, and if you don't mind saying your age, you can say it if you don't want to, you don't have to, but how does a person get from down and out, anger issues, in the church, but just feeling like it's not really answering you, not really filling in the blanks, where you needed to be filled in at. How do you go from all of that to feeling ill to walking 15 miles a day? And how old are you, if you don't mind?
I don't mind telling you, I'm 63 years old.
So at 63, you started at 63 with your new change of mindset. You started at 63 walking 3 hours a day, 15 miles every day at 63. Folks, I just want to say this before I let James continue. There's no excuses, people. 63 years old. 63. And that's when he started with his new mindset, because all things are possible. And so here he is walking 15 miles, 3 hours every day. Okay, James, go ahead.
I started that because I said one day, God said all things are possible to those who that believe. I believe. And so I had woke up one morning and I had a mindset, you know what? I'm going to wake up and I'm going to use my God power to get this job of walking and to do what I got to. So after I programmed myself, and I had to really program myself to get up and go. So after listening to God and then, walking baby steps to making sure I could do it, then I just got started. That's how I got started walking 3 miles a day. And I do it on average 6 days a week and sometimes 7. And it's a good thing, and I'm glad I took that journey. But that's how I got started, was, laying around and programming the mind and saying, I can't, I wish I could, I know I can't, but I believe I can. So I started saying, you know what, I got this, I believe I can do it. So by me believing I can do it, I started doing it, and I proved myself right.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of naysayers out there that just feel like, that's a whole lot. You got people not even 21 years old walking, 3 hours a day, 15 miles a day. So, I mean, congrats to that, because that's a big accomplishment all by itself, because that takes a lot of willpower, and that takes a completely different mindset to just say, and at 63 to say, and you look great at 63, and to say you're going to walk, I'm going to start walking 15 miles a day now. That's a lot. So I commend you for that. But the Neville Goddard's teachings are amazing, and they've helped me and so many others. And I'm glad you're here to share your story with us and how they help you. Is there anything else you want to add that, you either been through or got over or you're working on, or?
Now, I also want to add this to that. Now, I found on my trail, there's a curve on 2 different sides of town. I would take one leg and step them back down, and we'll count to 10, and then I will move on to the next trail and do the same thing. I also found a set of 6 stairwells. I go up those stairwells and down at least on average 12 times. Then I also march while I'm on the trail, and then when I get through that, I finish walking again, and at that we're done, and I feel amazing. I feel great. I want to go to the doctor now. The doctor said, hey, you're 63 years old. How in the world is this possible? There's no more blood pressure, no more everything in a picture of health. What are you doing? I said, I'm just working out. I walk on a daily basis. That's all I do. So now, no more blood pressure, no more nothing. I'm completely healthy. And the doctor told me, whatever you're doing, don't stop. And trust me, I will not stop. And as for the people that are going to be naysayers, I'm not mad at you. If you want to join me, you can come with me, and we can do this together. And I'm still going to love you no matter what you say.
Hey, and that's coming from the general, guys. So you can take that to the bank. What else did I want to ask you here? So, General JD, how do you deal with, like, when your stress comes, because things from the outside are going to come, and it's how we deal with it is how, we're either going to get through it victorious, or it's going to, or it's going to get the best of us. So what steps do you do to push out or relieve yourself of any, adversities or problems when they come?
Well, now this is what I do. So I'm going to use my hand to exercise to show you what I do. Now, this is what I put my hands here, and then I breathe in, and I say, look, today I feel good. I'm not stressed. I'm push it out and throw it away. That's how I get over this stuff, and I just repeat the essence. And speak what you got to say and release it. It's like, for example, I'm not stressed. I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I feel great. Today is a great day. It's a wonderful day. And nothing can and will stress me because I use my God power and it's done.
Okay. So you just make a mental picture of it, speak to it, and then you just push it out.
Exactly.
I like that. All right. Okay. Well, before we go, is there anything else you want to tell the people, tell the folks? I know there's somebody out here that can benefit from this story, someone that's looking for some kind of way how to get over what they're going through, or they're looking for a good word or maybe a good technique, and which you just gave, and you gave some great examples of how you get over your stuff too as well, and you gave us a testimony too of what you've been through, and how well you're doing. This is basically a second testimony to your first one. Do you have anything else you want to say before we go, or?
Only thing that I would say before I go is always tell yourself, I can walk, I can do what I want to do, and I'm not convinced that I can't, and I won't let nobody tell me what I can't do, because you have your own mind and your own God power, and once you use that regularly, consistently, everything here will fall in place and will work like you designed it.
And on that note, folks, hey, this is Trickett, and that is General J.D. James McKenzie, and we're proud of you. I'm proud of you, and I know you got great things in store for you. So I salute the divinity and the greatness in you and all those that are listening. And until next time, we love you. Peace out.